Now, good morning to everyone. I'm just going to be very fast with this video. What you just want to learn from this video is that you are going to learn how you are going to clone a repository link like a project to our system, and how we are going to be updating this project to Github, and also how we are going to raise a PR, like how we are going to raise a pull request on this. And the last part is that how are we going to merge our PR with the main branch. Now the reason why I explain this is that the reason why I'm saying this is that, can you see this friend of mine? His name is Omololafola Jimmy, but his nickname on GitHub is Jimmy Tills. He sent an invite to me. He created a repository, on his own GitHub account, but he sent an invite to me for me to accept, so that we are going to work on the project together. While sending this invite to me, he created a branch for me called Fuskidan branch. So all the works I will be doing on the project, I'm going to be putting everything on my Fuskidan branch. Then Jimmy is now the one that is going to decide on whether to match my work to the main branch of his or not. Now we are going to get started with it. Now he sent this invite to me on my mail and I received it. Of course, I'm not going to decline, I'm going to accept. So I'm going to view the invitation. After viewing this invitation, can we see the project? And if you have to check this branch now, we have a main branch and Fuskidan branch. So me, I'm going to be working with this Fuskidan branch. Now if I want to get started with it, this is the link of the GitHub here, which is https. You can find it after clicking on this code. Just copy it. Then can we see Jimmy T's vote app? Now I've already accepted this invite. Now the next thing for me to do is to clone this GitHub to this repository to my system. Then I'm going to go to the folder that I want to clone this repository to. So I want to clone it into my www folder in my Laragon. So I'm going to open this folder using PowerShell, PWSH. That's just the short acronym for it. If you want to open it with your command prompt, if you don't have PowerShell on your system, you can easily use CMD instead of that PWSH. Now I'm now going to use this command of git clone. I'm going to use CMD throughout. I'm not going to use git clone. Then the link that we copied from this place, our repository link, you are going to paste it there. After that, click on enter. It is already cloning the vote app. Let's wait for it. So I get the cloning is complete. Now the next thing for us to do is we are going to navigate to the vote app folder. Let us check the git status and let us see what it's going to bring. Can you see that it is telling us that it is not a git repository, because we must navigate into this vote-app folder, because the name of the repository is the name of the folder it is going to create. So we are now going to say that cd, to navigate into folder, is going to be cd vote app. Make sure the name is correct. Now we are in it already. Now let us check on our git status. Can we see that it is saying that our branch main? Now the next thing for us to do, let me put this in full screen. The next thing that we are going to do to this is that I want to open this in Visual Studio Code, my vote app. Like, I'm already in the folder already. So if I want to open it using my command line, I'm just going to use code space dot, then click on my enter. My Visual Studio Code should open like that. I'm very sorry that I'm using more and more shortcuts. I love using shortcuts. That's just Fuskidan for you. Fuskidan love using shortcuts. Now we are in Visual Studio Code already, and can we see the project? All the project is opened already. Now I'm just going to make little changes. Like, I just want to make a very little changes to it, so we are going to know what is up. So after making these changes, I'm now going to push it to my branch, then merge it for the sake of this video. Don't forget I said for the sake of this video. Now let me just come. Let me look for one. I can just use 0 REM here. So I don't think that one should have a big effect on that. This place that we're having 2 REM, I can just change it to 2.1 REM. Like, it shouldn't have many effects. This place we're having 0.5. Let me just change it to 0.5. Now after doing this, the next thing for me today is that, okay, it is telling us that we have some updates. Let me go to another file to make little changes. This one I can just change this one to 0 REM. Then this one to maybe like 3.1 or 3.01 REM, also. So can we see that we've already made many changes to two files already. So now how am I now going to update this to my own branch? The first one is, let us check this place at the bottom left corner. We having our branch as main, and I want to update it to my own branch, which is Fuskidon branch that my friend Jimmy has already created for me to be putting my work in. So now if I'm going to do that, I'll go back to my cmd, which is my powershell, which is my command prompt powershell that I'm using. Then I'm now going to check on the git status again. After checking on the git status, can you see that the login.css and style.css file that I make changes to, can we see that it has already said that we have already made changes to it. So now the next thing for us to do is to click on git add. The meaning of this git add is to add all the files, like all the files that I've already made changes to. But if you want to specify the file, you can also specify, but we are not doing that in this video. I'm just going to use git add. After git add, we are going to commit. Our commit is to, I hope if you are watching this video, I believe you should know what commit is. Now using git commit, I'm just going to give it okay, little changes commit, like this is what I feel like using. Now let me commit a file. Now can we see that? Now please, I just want us to check on the link that we are using, that the link that we are using, is it together with what we are having up here that we clone. If you have to check that, we are going to check it with git remote -v. Can we see that it is still the same link that we are using? Now the next thing that I'm going to do to this is that I want to change it to my own branch. Don't forget that we are having main branch here. So if you have to do that, it's going to be git branch capital letter M, then the name of my branch that Jimmy gave to me here, which is what? Fuskidon branch. So you make sure that the name correctly, that it is correct. So after doing that, let us go back to our VS code to check whether we still have main. Can you see that it has already changed to Fuskidon branch? Now the next thing that we are now going to do to this is that we are now going to push to Fuskidon branch, which is git push origin. It used to be master, it will be origin of what? Fuskidon, which is the name of the branch. After clicking on enter, I believe everything should push to Fuskidon branch already. Now we are free to go with this. Now let us check on git status to check whether our branch is updated. Can you see that it's telling us that on branch Fuskidon? Can we all see what it is bringing? Now the next thing that we are now going to do to this is to go back to our repository. Can you see that it is bringing compare and pull request? But it is not every time that it is going to be bringing this compare and pull request. You can easily come to this, you can click on this for easy access, but it is not everybody that is going to do to it. You can click on this pull request. After clicking on this pull request, can you see that it is still bringing it? You can still click on new pull request. After this, it is telling us that from main to compare. No, we want to do it from, we want to compare it with Fuskidon branch. Now can you see that it is already bringing the changes we've already made to it? But for you can avoid this headache by clicking on the compare and pull request that we saw earlier. But this one, I'm doing it for the sake of that we won't be able to see the compare and pull request, but because it's not everybody that is going to see it, so you are not going to create on pull request. Can I say that it's not telling me that did I want to create a pull request or I should request for Jimmy? So if you click on this request, it means that you are raising a PR, which is you are raising a pull request to Jimmy for him to match for you. But I don't want to do that, so I'm going to click on create pull request. Can I say that the little changes comment that I put is already there? So now it is already bringing it for me that did I want to merge automatically. If I don't want to merge, if you are asked to raise a PR, just click on this request. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to merge for we did not know how to merge. Then I'm going to click on merge pull request. After clicking on this merge, I'll click on confirm merge. After clicking on, can you see that it is telling me that pull request successfully merged and closed? So I don't have any reason to request for anything from Jimmy again. So if you go back to our app, we should say that it is updated already. Can you see that we have little changes commit 3 minutes ago? That's that on that. Thanks so much for